is the Groundlings a cult? Be honest. Do you all wear a jumpsuit of the same color? First question.
In the early stages, while we don't share blood, we drink. No, it's like cranberry juice, but it is to symbolize the blood of Groundlings.
Right.
And you say, as I drink from the cup of improv truth, allow my body to be filled with those who came before me, so that I might stay present and always say yes and drink. And then you're in.
Once we were spacemen. I tend to play weird people, usually aliens and robots and things that don't have romance.
I once didn't get a job where they were looking for a Nathan Fillion type. Once we were spacemen.
Once we were spacemen.
Oh my God. There's a little dog just looking at me.
Oh boy. What are you going to do about it?
I got to open the door for him.
Go do it. We got to get a dog in this podcast.
Oh, yeah. Hey, buddy. I love you. Oh, what a skill.
Alan, every once in a while, I meet someone who, and you're one of them, who intimidates me with their talent.
Oh, come on.
It doesn't mean you're not a nice person. It doesn't mean I don't like you. It just means when I see art, if I think to myself, I could do that, I'm upset by it. I don't appreciate art that I feel I could do.
Yeah, I get that. When I showed you some paintings that I liked, you said, I could slap that up. It was like some Twombly. Anybody who knows Twombly, he does a lot of bloopy things. He does a lot of, you feel like you could slap it up.
But then I'll meet someone who's doing something so outside of my scope. I marvel at the extent of the talent. And Alan, you're one of those people, and Jim Rash is one of those people.
Yeah.
I love watching this guy.
Yeah, it seems effortless. Just so much fun. I can't wait to talk to him. We've almost worked together. He took a job from me once.
Oh.
I don't know how he does. He and I do similar things, but he just does them with greater success and better. Son of a bitch.
Sounds like we got some stuff to get to the bottom of.
Okay.
Pick the correct one. All right, let's do this.
You were a rock during that.
Thank you.
Can we all take a moment just to shake that off? Just shake it all off.
Just shake it off because, man, that was stress.
That's my worst nightmare, Jim.
Yeah. Well,
it's my worst nightmare.
That's because I'm a Cancer, so I just want to be liked, and I'm sitting there as my horoscope is telling me, Jim, you're losing people. You're losing them fast. That's what my brain was doing.
All right, for the folks listening, we just had a 30-minute technical snafu, which is I don't know if you saw how much love and care went into that package, that kit that you just opened up in there. That's all me, Jim.
100%. No.
I put that sticker on it. I made all those labels myself. All those little blue arrows and silver arrows.
No.
Jim's over there trying to match a blue arrow to a silver arrow. Jim.
It was sci-fi. We had sci-fi things being said.
Literally,
we need to reverse the polarity. You toggle on me.
Yeah.
Now, toggle now.
Toggle now. I mean, I love for folks, this video of Nathan just explained how to set this thing up is charming. I watched it 8 times just for the pure enjoyment of it. But I failed to be able to actually make it work. But now we're here, so it doesn't matter.
Jim, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome, man.
Thank you for doing this. I'm going to,
Yes.
You know what? In all fairness, I realized in anticipation of today that I really didn't tell you anything about the podcast, what it's about or anything like that. And in doing so, I wanted to try to describe it to you. We talk about, we're going to talk about your humble beginnings, your work and the stuff that you're doing. We want to talk about stuff that maybe other people don't ask you about all the time. We'll talk about normal stuff that people talk about. But
Love it.
I also realized that, and this is something that Alan started, whenever he wants to talk about something new, he just creates a segment.
Yeah.
I'm gonna create a new segment. We're gonna call this, and Alan, to name a few, let's get to know you better, What's what you listening to. So, Ed, I want to just give you permission, Jim, at any time if you wanted to create a segment of the show to start talking about something else. It's
100%. And then now, am I allowed to pass? So Alan throws out, oh my God, let's go down our favorite ice creams. And I'll just be hard pass. Not that that's a terrible topic. I just want to give an example.
You get
a wonderful
passes.
topic.
Oh, 2 passes. Good.
Yeah.
Good. I gotta
Really?
I'm gonna.
Yeah, you get 2 passes, and if you get to like something else you don't want to talk about, you can go back and answer one of the passes, and then recoup the pass on the new topic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Pass, recoup. That was.
I love a
title.
podcast with great rules and
I have a new video coming out with all the rules and some charts.
If it's as clear as the one that helped me set this thing up, I mean, just I think maybe it would take us 45 minutes for me to get all the rules down.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Once We Were Spacemen. Because once we were spacemen in space being men. We shaved. We didn't shower as much as the women. We were in space, not shaving, but shaving and not showering, and also with vacuum bathrooms. We ate things that were protein-based in space. Now we're here with Jim Rash. This is that's Nathan Fillion Allen too. Okay, I really, I keep meaning to plan more.
Oh wait, that wasn't planned? Oh, I thought it was seamless to me.
As a seasoned improver, you couldn't tell that was improv.
No, not at all. That was like a well-written novel. By the time you got to plant-based protein, or no, I think it was just protein. Maybe we were just eating protein in general. I was like, if you're going to space, be smart and do a protein diet.
I didn't want to do the Tang thing because everybody does Tang.
No.
It's
That's
give
old
us a
school.
thing to eat in space. It's always Tang, and I don't need that suggestion.
Have you two ever met?
Yes, we actually.
Yes.
I think it's brief, and but there was one. We read Harley Quinn, the first episode, in the room together.
Oh wow!
This is a while. Maybe what, 2018? I don't know.
Before the pandy.
During the pandy. So we didn't really meet. I just walked into a very intimidating room of people, like to read it together, which is probably the most. I think it's lovely, but at the same time, it's a little intimidating because you get to hear everyone's voice for the first time, with their characters,
right?
And that to me is intimidating.
Yeah,
because people will be like, "That's what they went with." All right, that's what the Riddler's going to sound. Yeah, that's the Riddler. Okay, if we want him to be unliked, sure, let's go.
We tend to like our villains likable. Damn it!
I know. No, it was. I mean, so we didn't really meet, Alan. So, but I just wanted to make sure that we were in the same room briefly.
Do you have that? Oh, sorry. Do you have that experience, Jim, where you go into rooms still and you feel intimidation factors?
I think sometimes with, I mean, I think it's that good nervous energy that on the performance side of things. But like that was intimidating because it's not often that you get to do the recording with the whole cast. Certainly not, at least my experience. So I don't know. I just think some people, and Alan's a good example of that. I'll take the compliment, Alan, that are really wonderful voice actors, voiceover and animation. And I think that it can be intimidating sometimes. I've done a good, for me, happy amount and keep doing it forever. But, but I'm saying, I just say, when you're around people who have a multitude of voices, I have a couple.
You and I auditioned for a voiceover role up against one another, and you got it.
Really?
Yes.
Which one was it?
The Mike Tyson
you
thing?
intimidate me. Oh no! It was something with Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill did a thing. Remember, he made an animated thing.
Was it? Oh my God!
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't remember.
I came in and did a weird voice, and I was like, it was probably 2006, 2007.
Oh yeah, anything back then I'm not remembering. I barely
Erased
remember
those tapes. I understand.
Yeah, I erased the tapes of those years. Even I think Nathan and I did a pilot back in those days, and I erased it. 2003, I think, or something.
You guys did a pilot together?
That's how I met. That's how I met Jim Rash. We did a pilot together called Alligator Point. That didn't go. But then, how many years later did that resurface? They were going to do it again.
They did
passed around Hollywood with our names still attached to it.
Still attached to it. It was reshot around the time that TV Land was kind of in a zone with Hot in Cleveland and all those shows, and they revamped it for a TV Land. It didn't go, but they had a different cast. Nathan and I got.
Do you know who got it? Do you know who? I want to know who.
Well, I know who
role.
played me. The wonderful Leslie Jordan did my part.
What? Oh,
Yeah.
You worked with Leslie. Alan wrote a part for Leslie, and the thing we did, we self-funded. Incredible.
I never got to meet him, but Dreamy, and I heard Leslie Jordan's doing it. I was like, oh yeah, that seems right. That he's. I was on Community at the time, so I couldn't do it. And whenever this was, so it was obviously 2009 area. Maybe it was redone.
I was on Castle at the time, across the street from you.
That's right.
I was unemployed. I lost that job to Leslie Jordan.
And you haven't worked since, buddy.
Nope.
I used to come and visit you, Jim, when I would come across the street to the do ADR looping in a little facility on the Paramount lot. Whenever I went down there, I'd take the opportunity to go and crash your set and come and visit you guys.
Yeah, and I remember, it was an issue. Like people, oh, Nathan's here again. I guess security's not as tight as we thought it was. And then we're like, I guess maybe he doesn't have friends and he just wants to hang out with us. But, so we did that thing. And I could say this to your face because you know it, where you're just nice and make sure that you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And then
I'd
once
be
you
there
leave.
for like 6 minutes and then you guys would call for lunch. And I was like, at
6 minutes. Yeah. Oh, lunch. Oh, that's too bad. Oh, we
you
can't
guys
talk.
go get lunch.
But 6 minutes with you is like, that's like a good hard 45.
With a heart out.
6 minutes with me is like 6 minutes, but underwater.
Yeah. No, yes, you would drop by and then you did something. What? You were in a couple, right?
Yes, I have been rewatching Community recently, and there's a lot of episodes. I don't know if you know this. There's a lot of episodes of Community, and there was one that looked so familiar to me, and then I appeared in it, and I went, "Oh yeah, I forgot I was actually in this episode." But I was your head custodian.
That's right. That is right.
I was like a crooked kind of. I was looking for the leg up, the what's in it for me kind of thing. You guys had a really good time over there, and we have a little bit of a shared experience in that a failed television program that goes into a movie. Did you guys do a Community movie?
No, it's the thing that we keep talking about, and the sixth season of a movie was like a hashtag, and so it's been persistent. But we were close, and it's a lot of schedules to go in. So I don't know, maybe one day, but at some point, folks, I'm getting old. Let's do this. Let's not. You don't want to put them. You don't want to put your image side by side with your like last season of Community and go like, oof, baboof, this guy.
Yes.
Wow. Is Jim Rash melting? I mean, what is happening to him?
I think that's an issue when you have a program that is much loved, but the further away you get from it, the fans of it look at you and they meet you finally and go, "Oh my God, you're so old."
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
No.
I mean, I'm actually happy when someone recognizes me out and about because I feel like, okay, I'm within the parameters. No, I mean, within the parameters of my face not being completely distorted, where they're like, oh, that's him. And if they put a question mark after it, are you the dean? Then I worry all the way home. Like, they weren't sure.
You have appearance continuity. Absolutely. You look good. You look good.
Thank you. This light, I luck out with my New York light in this window because it's coming in nice.
You've just moved to New York.
I moved 6 months ago from LA.
How do you like it?
Love it. I mean, I used to come here a lot, or I do. And I've always wanted to have, it's like a bucket list. I've always wanted to do it. I lived in LA for 30 years and I love it, but I wanted like a change, something that was kind of scary, that kind of, and I don't mean the city, I mean scary in like a new chapter, scary as in like, I don't know it very well. I know a handful of people. I mean, now that Alan and I are talking, I think we're going to get together, but right? That's what I've heard you say.
I think if you wanted scary, you had to move to the Bronx, but this respect to the Bronx, I hear it's a lot of families.
Yeah, no, I just meant like, when you first got to like after post wherever, like for me, I went from college to LA. I wanted that feeling again where you're like, how do you operate? How do you figure this city out? How do you meet people? And I wanted that again. Like I wanted to not be as comfortable as I was. So
you didn't live here before ever? And you've just moved here later in life?
This makes complete sense. Like, anyone listening to this is like, swerving off the road going, is he insane? Is he insane?
We moved
at
back.
His age?
We moved back. Like we had our college years here, my wife and I, and then moved away and now we've moved back for retirement purposes. And but we always in our mind was like, that's a young person city. Yeah. Are we going to be able to make it? The Village is, I've heard more sirens. You have more sirens than me.
Well, right now it's been pretty good, but no, I walk down the street, especially like, nearing the weekend when everybody is out and, now that's like spring into summer, it's like all the restaurants spill out. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. Great energy. But yeah, young. Cruising. And I'm walking down. No, I am walking going, Jim, what are you doing?
It's an alive place, man. It's very nice down there now.
It's lovely.
I just saw something at Lortel, which is on Christopher Street. It's and like there was so many more dildo stores just in the 90s.
That's why I moved here.
Yeah, and there's so few. I saw one, and I didn't know anybody who worked there.
I was like, I do that with every city. Where's your dildo store? I say, the first thing I do is, people get their, what is it, Zagats or Zagats? I don't know. How do you pronounce it? But instead of restaurants, I get the one that's just for dildos. And it's just smart because...
Zagag. That's terrible.
No, it's not.
What icon do they use on the map to show? I feel like a dildo's on the nose.
It's not on the nose. It's not like, an actual dildo to point to you. It's just a very happy person's face.
Giving you the wink.
Yeah. I'll take it. Look, I'm not. Yeah.
Wow. Well, man, I'm fantastic. I've just moved back. You've just moved here for the first time. It wouldn't be a bad idea. There's a great gluten-free Italian place that has good food, even if you're not gluten-free, right there in the West Village that we could go to.
Yeah, I will actually take it. I'm actually, maybe you just see me, Alan. I'm celiac, so I am
really?
absolutely, I'm full on celiac. So I'm like gluten hates my body.
That's the levels. When you're gluten-free, you go in, you're like, I'll have this gluten-free, and they go, hold up, are you celiac? And then they know to clear the kitchen.
They're full on, cross-contamination. And they are quite lovely. Nowadays.
You guys have a separate phone list in your phone of like all my gluten-free buddies, don't you? Like you have like your friends you all hang out with, and you have your friends that you go, I don't have to worry about where we're going to eat and if there's anything on the menu for me.
No, because I don't want to be judged by them as I'm asking a ton of questions to the waiter.
I'm not being judgmental. I'm just like, get over it already.
I know. Your voice is naturally judgmental. I mean, whenever when I close my eyes and Nathan's like saying goodnight, I'm like, Jesus, does he hate me? That's how judgmental your voice sounds.
I've worked on that.
Go back to class.
No, I mean, I worked to be as judgmental as I am. This doesn't happen by accident, Jim.
Then kudos. Then
thank you.
You graduated.
Thank
Great.
You. Where do you come from? Where does it all start for the young Jim Rash who's going to say like, I'm going to get out of this one-horse town?
Yeah, it was a one-horse town in North Carolina. No, I grew up in Charlotte, North Carolina. Yeah, and so
car lot.
What's that?
We always just called it car lot.
Oh, Carlot. Oh, that's new for me, but sure.
Oh, really?
Okay, I grew up in Carlot, North Carolina. And I went to the University of Chapel Hill, but then after that, I was straight to LA. So that's where the humble beginnings were.
It's a humble town, LA.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you doing in Charlotte that someone says, hey, you need to pack your bags and go to Los Angeles, Jim?
They just wanted me out of there, I think, just as a
you don't belong.
Is that what they we don't care for you. If you don't know how to set up a microphone, get out of here. No, I certainly was into theater in high school. I loved it from from an early age, from children's theater on, so I don't know if LA was in my brain at that time, but once I got to Chapel Hill, while I didn't major in theater, which I would be a regret, I wish, because I have an amazing theater department, but I majored in like film and television production because I thought I knew I wanted to be in this world, and got introduced a little bit, tiny bit to improv. But I mean, for the most part, from the very early age, I maybe it's the divorced kid in the corner playing with toys and acting out, and not acting out, but you know what I'm saying, like imagination time, and then that segues into that. But for me, high school was that. I mean, I ran track because you had to do a sport at my school, like and that's all I did. I was like, well, you can't get cut from track, so I'll do that. And
You're not trying hard enough.
no, I wasn't. I literally
track.
showed up for track because you had to, and they were like, what do you want to do? I go, I don't know, hurdles, which made no sense because I'm
hard.
5'9". It's hard. You telling me. It was, I barely finished a race without being eliminated because I either kicked over a hurdle or ran around it. At that point, I was like, I literally want to get to the end of this race where I have to be in the sport and move on. I was terrible.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
It's stupid. It's stupid. I should have just said, oh, I'll sprint, or long distance would have been better for me.
I tried that in junior high school. I tried the little, I think they even had smaller hurdles because we were kids, whatnot. But I was like, after 3 hurdles, I was tired and I crotched the 4th one and I said, this is not for me.
I wish I had the children hurdles. Then I would have then I would have gone over them. Maybe.
So you didn't go into drama. You went into film and TV. Did that teach you how to become a director one day? I don't want to jump too far ahead, but
no, I thought I should take a production class because I thought if I get to LA and what if like acting doesn't work out, or I had interest in everything. And so, no, it was like classes, like, you would shoot and direct your own little shorts and screenwriting classes. But then I would take any acting, classes you could take that you weren't like a major. And then I did like, maybe one student play, but then I drove thinking I was, ready. But by the time I arrived in LA, like literally I got a used car and drove across country. By that time, everything I was learning on like 3/4 tapes, like old school, like broadcast news, Joan Cusack running a big tape. That's the hallway. That's what we were shooting on. Just imagine, by the time I got there, they were like, what? No, we've moved on.
So it was a bit of a technological culture shock of how the industry was progressing for you.
But also, like, I just landed and I started waiting tables like I had in college, and, got my headshot. So I was already on a path to at least try it. And then I discovered, the Groundlings pretty fast on. So everything sort of changed right away.
Did you know anybody in LA? Did you have any support system? Like, people talk about, I just moved to LA, like it's nothing, but it's a huge city where you're going to just step into an industry where there's no true path to get in.
No, I didn't. No, I crashed on the couch of a guy who graduated 2 years from me, and that was the extent of who I knew.
Wow.
And he wasn't even living in LA. He was in Manhattan Beach. And if you know that area, it's a good drive. It's a wonderful area, but you can't be there and go to LA every day.
South of Venice.
Yeah. So I was like, no, I went in there with 0.
So your friends and family back home, you say, I'm moving to LA. What's the general, are they saying, yeah, you've got this? Or what are you thinking?
Well, I told you they were like, good, get out. Good riddance. Good, have fun with your make-believe time. No, my parents were always supportive. I mean, scared. I remember, scared meaning like that. It's quite the challenge. My dad was, did law school and was a dean of funny enough, dean of a college for a little bit. Yeah. But I mean, for him, you do a good job, you get a promotion. Like he always talked about how he understood that version as far as advice, but we were signing up for a roller coaster. We were signing up for rejection today, plummet, back up every day. So I think that he was quite impressed that, you're going to go and put yourself into that sort of up and down of the roller coaster. But they were always supportive, and
how did you find the Groundlings?
Someone just told me about it. I was like only 3 months maybe into being in LA, and someone says, "Oh, you should check out the Groundlings. It's a great place to land to do classes and improv." And I done bad improv in college, or at least like attempted improv in college.
Did you have a name of an improv troupe in college?
No, it was like there was a group, and I forget their name, where I just sort of popped in.
Oh, it wasn't like Mixed Nuts.
Oh, it's always good. There's nothing better than improv. Granny's old panties. Hi, we're Granny's old panties. Or, yeah, we're the electric parade, which is not a good one. But we're used Band-Aid. Welcome.
Yeah.
It's always something like that. So I knew right away, and I started taking classes, and it became like kind of graduate school in so many ways, and also shrunk LA down into an unmanageable arena for me. Like everybody looks for that little thing that could just take LA and shrink it and give you this sort of community, if you will.
For me, that was prison. And it was prison.
Oh, prison.
Yeah, I had a thing with hot cars. They weren't hot until I got in them. Turned them on.
God, right?
God,
right?
damn freedom.
God,
miss it.
But that's great. Like, find the love where you can. Prison or an improv theater.
So did you immediately when you got into Groundlings, were you? Is it like I know a little bit more about Second City, where it's like you come in your first year and you have to you do things in the first year, and then you go to the second year and you want to get in the touring company, and then there's the main stage and there's tiers of things and
some probably similarities, minus the we don't have a touring company, but yeah, you would do we have like 4 levels to the Groundlings: basic, intermediate, and then you have a thing called Writing Lab, which sort of starts introducing writing, through whether monologues and scenes. Then you do a more advanced scene writing. And then we have, instead of a touring company, we have our Sunday company, which is kind of your last stage of the school.
Yeah.
And then some people make it into the Groundlings, some people don't. But, it took about 4 years for me to get through all that stuff.
Cool. So even if some people get done and they're like, that was fun, get out. And they're gone, and they head out to form Mixed Nuts or something like that with the people who didn't.
A lot of us would, in between classes, also take our groups, make a small group, and go do it while we're waiting for the next level. So, Nathan, are you raising your hand for some reason?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't see. Yeah, he's down in you sir in the.
The folks can't see, but for the longest time, which was really annoying, I was trying to talk, and Nathan kept going and putting his hand up like we were at a press conference. Yeah. Okay. Yes. You.
Oh, press conference. I hold up a pen.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Great. Hi. Yeah. So are you from Highlights Magazine? What's your question?
Yes, from Highlights Junior Magazine.
Oh, great.
We don't try to get the older Highlights audience. We're aiming for that can't read.
No.
Kids.
Half the audience again is swerving, going, "What the f is Highlights?" Why are these 3 men who are all
ask your parents
the same age talking about Highlights Magazine?
Right.
Question is, clearly there's some auspices around Groundlings, and a lot of incredibly successful people have come out of Groundlings. And I hear people talking about Groundlings. I've never taken a class from Groundlings. I've never been to Groundlings. I've seen some shows that were absolutely incredible. There's a lot of talent, like I said. I have a question. Is the Groundlings a cult? Be honest. Do you all wear a jumpsuit of the same color? First question.
In the early stages, there's while we don't share blood, we drink. No, it's like cranberry juice, but it is to symbolize the blood of Groundlings.
Right.
And you say, as I drink from the cup of improv truth, allow my body to be filled with those who came before me, so that I might stay present and always say yes and drink. And then you're in.
So, not a cult.
No, what part of like drinking faux blood sounds like a cult to you, my friend? That's a Saturday night.
It's a badge of honor, though.
I feel very grateful that I started taking classes there for sure, for a host of reasons.
I just think that, people, I remember coming out to LA and people talking about their acting class, and everybody sounded like they drank some Kool-Aid going to this acting class. Outside of the bubble of that acting class, nobody cares. But within that bubble, everybody cares. the Groundlings is one of those things that has no bubble. Everybody cares about, Groundlings. It means it has meaning that they're doing something right down there. The training is clearly working.
Well, I think, like Second City and like UCB and like Groundlings, the fundamentals and the basics of improv are universal, like as far as what we're learning. Some might be more character or focused, like Groundlings, as far as from there.
I'm sorry, I'm totally interrupting you. But you said this, and we also, we talked to Edie Patterson, and she mentioned that she's fucking brilliant. It's that the Groundlings, sort of their brand of improv is character driven.
Yes.
And she likes writing now character driven pieces. She is definitely a character actress. But so how would that, so like you've got a character, let's say somebody that's in, so you got this character, you do a monologue, it sounds like, and then you then tease that out into a scene. Like you put this guy in a scene or... Oh, wow.
They might have exercises where, we might have students pull from obviously people they know, family or stuff, and sort of like improvise almost like a monologue or give a situation. And then from there might, in that improving and almost like stream of consciousness, like if, just going off of being an expert or however they frame this character is or what information you get. Yeah, then maybe there'll be some things that sort of little beautiful nuggets happen. And then maybe we'll have them go write that more on their own. So now they're taking that and creating an actual structure. So that's kind of like the device of the lessons.
How cool.
And so for the most part, they're trying to get you to push to like sort of like get specific with your character, because everyone can go, I have my Southern guy.
Right.
I have my British.
Right.
But if you start really thinking about your family or observing people out in the wild, we would try to do exercises to bring those kind of things to the forefront. But yes, I mean, Edie, for example, is like one of the greats, as far as like a deep well of characters. I have like a kiddie pool.
She gets weirdly specific to where you're like, less specificity, please.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to know that their sperm is like hot dog water.
Oh, that is very Edie information. Absolutely 100%.
Nathan, you have your hand up again.
Is up again.
Yes, I had another question. This one's for Jim.
Oh, thanks. Good.
Nat Faxon. Am I pronouncing that name correctly?
Nat Faxon is correct. Yes.
Okay. I feel like they wanted to go for Nathan, but they stopped writing it.
No, he is a Nathaniel, and I don't know a full name, but he goes. Yeah, I don't know where Nat.
Does he go with a G or an
Because
N?
Nathaniel takes too long to say. No one
Nathaniel with a G? Is that what you said?
The Nat.
The British spelling. Yes.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Well, my question is, I'm looking for. I want a timeline for meeting Nat Faxon, saying, "Oh, we should. He and I, we're gonna be good if we write together. That'll be fun." And then the conversation of, "Oh man, wouldn't it be cool? What if we won an Oscar?" And then winning an Oscar. I want that timeline, starting with meeting Nat.
Great. Well, the first thing I did, when I met him was, let's make a vision board and we're going to put an Oscar on there.
In the middle. And everything.
Well, whenever I meet people, I say, first things first, let's make a vision board.
Let's make a vision board.
What do we want to explore? Where do we want to travel?
On my vision board, is there a big microphone in the middle with like no?
There's a big microphone in the morning. Yeah, and then I have like a sign that says, if he calls, do not answer. Yeah. So these are just things that I have personally on my vision board for you to remind
Project
me.
with
But
Nathan
anyway,
failed.
Project with Nathan. Yeah. So Nat and I obviously met at the Groundlings. Along the time we were both, I didn't meet him until we got into the Sunday company together. You write with everyone at the Groundlings. So in other words, some people write, you write by yourself, obviously, and write with everyone when you're putting together a sketch show. So you always naturally find people that you maybe write faster with or better or an easy time. And so that was not Nat. He kept coming back to me and asking if we could write again. I'm like, oh my God, this is death.
Is it true?
No. To his face.
I wish it were.
No,
This
I
guy.
wish it was. To his face, do I say he's, oh my God, you're death to me? Yes. But
Sure.
no.
That keeps him
no,
humble.
no, we did, with many, like, it was fun to write with Edie. It was fun to write with all of them. But so Nat and I had a couple, I guess, of, decent track record. And then at one point we were like, oh, we should write, a pilot. And weirdly enough, we wrote a pilot that actually got made, called Adopted. I know it is a crazy lightning struck, and we wrote I'm Adopted. So we had sort of pulled from not a true story, but certainly an element of truth, and we did it at ABC. It did not go, but it had Bernadette Peters and Christine Baranski as the two moms, and I'm telling you, I mean, that's all I needed. It didn't need to go. I was like, oh my goodness. I just did a pilot with Bernadette Peters and not me as an actor. We weren't in it. But anyway.
It was a comedy, I'm guessing.
It was a sitcom. It was a multi-camera back when multicam was like, back when it was like every night was 4 multicam, 4 shows. 8 to 10 was all multi-camera.
Right.
Yeah.
So from meeting Nat to we're writing together, are we talking a month? Are we talking?
No. Well, Groundlings wise, we got, so Sunny Company, I got in like a year before Nat did, as far as into the Groundling. And then I think we did that pilot roughly around 2002, 2003 maybe. And I got into the Groundlings in 2000. So within 3 years of getting into the Groundlings, this happened.
Okay. So that's for writing together and having success like that right off the bat. Seems like this is a recipe for success. It seems pretty easy.
Yes.
We see that.
Yes.
Now, when do these discussions, the dreams start happening? Do you start dreaming together and saying, what if we won an Oscar? Does that conversation take place?
Well, it does. And I don't know about you with your early friendships, but I always insist on sleepovers. So we would dream like
on the same pillow.
On the same pillow. And it's the classic thing friends do where they lay down next to each other and they are looking up at the ceiling and they're having that beautiful pillow talk, classic pillow talk where they're like, what do you see yourself? What do you see yourself? And then like almost like as if they are one, they just naturally close their eyes and fall into slumber. And and they wake up and they go, what did you dream about? What did you dream about? And you see what was
Where
similar.
are my pants? Yes.
No, where are my pants?
No. Oh,
now,
yeah. 'Cause that's...
if my pants aren't on, I'm like, well, that was a good slumber.
Now, it's easy to joke. And here's something I've noticed because, Jim, I did a bunch of watching of interviews on you and whatnot. And whenever it comes around to talking about your Oscar, you're excellent at deflecting.
Yeah. I will talk about it.
But
I won't do a bit. I will make that. I won't do an improv.
I'm not
bit.
saying don't. I'm just saying I notice you do.
I do.
But we're gonna fight. We're gonna fight it out of you.
Okay, fight it out.
It is a dream, right? That there's you've got a dream about an Oscar at one point. You see people making speeches and you go, oh, my speech would be X, Y, Z, and you think about it.
Yeah.
You practice with a hairbrush in front of the mirror.
Oh, 100%. I mean, 100%. That's how my hair fell out. How I became bald because I was always pretending that the hairbrush was an award, and my hair was like, you know what? Fuck you. We're out of here.
Tired of waiting.
We're tired of this make-believe dumb speech you keep making.
Can I say this? You won the Oscar for The Descendants.
Yes.
So we'll get closer to the award here. You won for The Descendants. And I need to apologize very quickly because you need to talk about this a little bit because people may not know.
Okay.
Like for me, I, for some reason, thought you won your Oscar for Crash. So Crash, whenever people tend to trash that movie and say it shouldn't have won an Oscar, it was a weak year or something like that. And whenever they say that, in my head, for all these years, I've thought, Jim Rash, that's not nice. Seems like such a nice guy. Everybody's beating up on Jim. I don't see them winning fucking Oscars. So I've been in my head defending you against the onslaught of people who have been Crash. But it's not Crash. It's even a better movie than Crash. It's The Descendants with George Clooney and others.
Yeah, and Shailene Woodley is in it. Yes.
Launched her career.
Yep, 100%.
And many others. It was about Hawaii and someone was in a coma.
Yeah. You still write movie recaps, right? Because that was
that
well
was
done.
it. And then 4 stars. Someone was in a coma. 4 stars.
There's Hawaii. Yes.
George Clooney runs in flip flops. 4 stars. Yeah.
So Descendants is the one. We had Nat and I had written what would be, and we didn't shoot at that point, The Way Back, which would be a movie that would be made
Love
after.
that movie. Love
Thank you. All would be after it.
Brilliant.
But it's Sam Rockwell. And so that movie, that script got onto the blacklist, and that got us into the room to meet Alexander Payne and Jim Burke, ran his company, and they had optioned this book, The Descendants. Cowie Hart Hemmings wrote it, a wonderful book. And we hadn't adapted before, but we, like many other writers, had gone in to sort of like post-reading, give our take on what the screenplay would be. And by luck, we got the job. So that became sort of a journey that I didn't realize at that time would be leading to the Oscars, but ultimately did.
Alexander Payne, great, fantastic director. Did he wrote with you? He wasn't a writer. He's just a director.
Not at the beginning. What happened was we did the very first pass, and then the strike, Writers Guild strike happened. Not the most recent one, the one before that.
Yep.
That was like 100 days. So we had 100 days, pencils down. And then so we did the second draft after we finally got our notes after the strike was over. And at the time, Alexander was not going to direct it. He was in prep to maybe shoot what he would ultimately shoot, but got shelved for a little bit. And I'm spacing on the name, but it had Matt Damon in it, where they're shrunk down. Downsize.
Yes.
And so at the time they were going to make Downsize. And so this was just going to be his production company. So the long and short of it is, when he had to shelve that one for a little bit, he decided he was itching to direct. And so he jumped and decided to do Descendants. And at point, all three of us sort of looked at where we were, with the 2 drafts. And then he took it to the finish line so that he would then go to Hawaii and shoot it. So wow. Yes, at the end, it was the 3 of us.
Night of the Oscars, is there a chat beforehand saying, I'll do all the talking? We'll go up there, we'll get the award, but you guys just chill and hang back, and I'll take care.
Yeah, Alexander did ask to speak because he had wanted to. I can't remember if was because he was going to thank he specifically wanted to thank his mother. And from my recollection, he was going to speak for us. And he had said, if we get the Independent Spirit Award, you guys should talk, which we did. And if we get up there for that. Now, we didn't win the Golden Globe. So, it was like who knew what was going to happen? Moneyball won. And so we were like, that was a wonderful script as well. And so who knew? And so at the time, he had just sort of set that into our brains, and which was fine by us. And then we went up there and of course, I, being who I am, decided to try to make a bit of it.
Yes, you did.
Wait,
and put my leg out. Because at that year, Angelina Jolie had a fantastic dress on, and
it was a split up the top, right up to the hip. And she stood up there and she posed in that wonderful position where you saw the entirety of her gorgeous leg. Yeah. And it was amazing. It was wild. Then when Jim came up,
I just thought
the same pose.
I should have struck the same pose because I thought that's a great stance, powerful. And I just put the statue on my leg, and there was like chuckles. It's one of those things where like you either need to pull back and bail on this, Jim, or you have to lean into it. So I decided just to like hold my ground.
Yep.
And then eventually people got on board with it. But for a while there, it could have been a disaster. And Alexander looked behind me, and he probably was like, "Oh, this motherfucker." No, he wasn't. He got to say wonderfully, Alexander, thank goodness, because that time clock starts ticking immediately. And as I recall, it's a triangle that's getting smaller, not actual numbers. So it's as if that's more respectful, as I recall. So it's just this big triangle getting smaller, which is letting you know that they're going to play music very soon. And thank goodness Alexander got his whole speech in and said what he wanted to say, because that would have been, I would have been, we would not be speaking today because I don't. I think I would have been returned to Carlotte, as you say, Carlotte, North Carolina, and they would have go, keep him. We're done. We're done.
Listen, I am so happy you did that, because there are some memorable moments in that award ceremony, and I don't think Alex's speech was one of them.
Well, I mean, I think the sentiment is beautiful, but it was hard. I don't know, maybe it's easy to say you're not going to speak, but then when you get up there and you're like, wait a minute, I might not be here. This is crazy. So your entertainer brains, your selfish, like, I need attention brain. But that's how how we're wired.
I saw a man saying somebody has to say something. And I'm glad you did.
Well, okay.
Yeah, somebody has to do something. And you did the right thing. I think you did the right tone.
Maybe I'm gonna take that. But I'm sure in my brain it was like, look at me.
I love that in your head that it got a few laughs, and there was that moment of bail or keep going, and then you won the audience. Like you had your
yes.
There was a huge. To me, when I have ever looked at it again, I'm like, I know what's happening right now. It's like little fluttering of recognition and chuckles. But it could have. If I had backed up right there, you would be like, oof, that bit tanked.
Yeah. But because you went into it, I think they were wondering if it was okay to laugh. I think they were.
No, I leaned in. I leaned in, and then Nat looked at me. He was mad at me, but he looked at me and mad, and so he was like, "What are you? I didn't know we were doing that." I go, "I didn't know either."
He could have done a bit. Yeah, he could have. Yeah,
he leans in. He does a little bit.
It was wonderful. It was memorable. What changed? What changed? Clearly, you got an enormous head and became a real tool.
Yeah, look at me. I'm a huge tool.
Well, I think it's nice that you brought the Oscar into the Zoom link.
Oh, yeah, you see it, right?
So we could see it in frame.
Well, it's hanging around your neck. How do I miss it?
That's why my head's resting on the table while I'm talking.
And swollen.
But I have got great neck muscle. It looks great.
Did anything change? Did the phone start ringing?
I think... I guess change in the sense that maybe the door opens a little bit to hear what you have to say, but it doesn't mean that they're going to say yes when you walk through the door. But I do think for a little bit there, people are curious about what you're going to do next. So I'll tell you what it did the best. The best thing it did for us was reopen the Way Back, because that had sort of died on the vine. And as you all know, it's like, as TV shows or scripts or what get a little old on the shelf, people go, what else do you got? In other words, they could have like some success. They're almost to the finish line. It didn't happen. It fell off. And then years pass and people are like, yeah, I like it. But what else you got? As if it's tainted. So that's what happened to the Way Back. And so I think that the Descendants, I know for sure, opened the door at least for someone to say, okay, I'm listening, because it took 8 years to make that movie from the minute we first wrote it to when we actually decided let's just direct it and do it ourselves was 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, you talked about...
To do the Way Back.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
from the blacklist to shooting it was, I believe, just shy of, if not exactly 8 years.
8 years. Wow.
You talked about being intimidated, being in a room of everybody doing voices for the animated thing that you met Ahem on. And then you look at the cast of the Way Back, and you, sir, were directing that
Steve
cast.
Carell. Jesus, right?
Yeah.
I could not imagine a more stressful, intimidating...
Who was all in that cast? I'm not remembering. There was a wife.
Sam Rockwell, Steve Carell, Allison Janney, Toni Collette.
Toni Collette. Come on.
Toni Collette. We had
Maya Rudolph.
Who was friends with us from the Groundlings.
Cool.
Yeah,
she did that.
Amanda Peet and Rob Corddry.
The list goes on.
And wonderful Anna Sophia Robb, who's wonderful. Might be newer at the time, but now everyone certainly knows her. So yeah, we had lots. And then wonderful kid Liam, who we discovered from Canada.
Oh, right. The kid. Yeah, right.
I've heard of it. I've heard of Canada.
Very good.
Yeah. Have you? It turns out some decent people.
Yeah. That experience had to be. I mean, these are all heavy hitters. These are all powerful talents.
Yeah.
They're looking at you, going, "Who are you?"
Yeah. Well, first of all, they were all lovely. No one was difficult to work with. But in my head, yes, they had signed up for, because Nat and I were directing for the first time, and. I don't know who came to the party first. I mean, we knew Allison, so technically probably wrote that Dawn, her character, for her, and so maybe she was the first on. But I do remember one of my favorite stories from that process was Sam Rockwell is interested, wants to chat with you guys, because everyone wants to chat because you're directing for the first time. They want to go, who the fuck are these guys? And we. At the time, Nat and I were in the car together. We were driving down Pico near where Fox is, and there's a golf course right across the street. And I remember we had to pull over to have this call with him from the car, and we were just psyching ourselves up. You're by the side. Okay, we have to be confident. We have to make sure that he believes in us.
But
be
not
smart.
overconfident.
Not overconfident, and be open to what he's saying. Don't bulldoze.
But don't be a pushover.
Yeah, and don't say there's nothing we won't change. You got to be malleable. You got to be script malleable. So we answer. He's like, and this is not an impression of Sam Rockwell, but you would know that sort of great laid back, like, hey, what's up, guys? Again, Alan, don't get upset because my voiceover characters aren't.
Yeah, that is.
You probably would do a Rockwell right away, but here we go. So he's very laid back. He's like, hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, it's funny. It's like Bill Murray and Meatballs, which was exactly what we were thinking. It had that vibe of like us, the movies we would grow up on, like that friendship of this older guy and this young kid. And he's like, yeah, let's do it. That was it. Like literally, our agent said, guys, you were going to have to convince him, give confidence. And he just goes, yeah, let's do it. You guys like improv, right? Yeah, that's what we came from. Yeah, let's do it. And that was the call.
Wow.
Sounds easy.
My brain exploded. And so from that point, you start creating this dinner party. And once it's like once you tell people who's at the dinner party,
right? Then
other actors are like, oh, yeah. I want to be at that dinner party.
It's a good dinner party.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, man.
And made a good movie too. And it like, what is the process of, well, that one had a crazy process of 8 years and it went to the blacklist and all of that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm jumping ahead too much, but there's this great movie that's out right now on HBO Max.
Miss You, Love You. Yeah.
Miss You, Love You. Miss You, Love You.
Yeah.
And that one is another one with Allison Janney.
Yep.
And Anthony Runnels.
Andrew Rannells. Yeah.
Andrew Rannells.
Damn it. I like Anthony Runnels though.
Anthony Runnels.
Have you met him? He is horrible to work with.
That's how he introduced himself to me.
No, you know what it is? This will be great. This is Jim like circling back to highlights, but it's Andrew Reynolds is like the gallant, and Anthony Runnels is like Goofus, if you remember Highlight Magazine, Goofus and Gallant. And now everyone is swerving, going like, Jim needs to let go of the highlight references because I do not know what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah.
I see them all piled up on a magazine rack at the back of your apartment, all the highlights.
Yeah.
Over the collections.
That's unfortunately
all the word
creepy.
finders are done in crayon.
Anyway, it's Andrew Reynolds and Allison Janney. Yes,
thank you.
Miss You, Love You. It's on HBO Max. Literally only came out 2 weeks ago. If that.
It's in the top 10, everyone. So check it out.
We did. We made that top 10.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of it, and they're amazing in it. It's kind of just a two-hander. It's mostly them. There's some smaller parts of friends who came to the party as well. But
I was going to say, I asked this of everyone, Jim. I'm guessing it's probably Alligator Point. But at what point in your career did you say, I made it?
Yeah,
you
it was
okay,
when
bud?
I met.
You all right?
Yeah, it just made me laugh I was taking a sip of water, folks, as Nathan decided to initiate what I take as an instant bit. Like, I guess it's alligator point for me, where I leaned in and go, when I saw Nathan, I was like, yeah, I made it. I don't, he's got it.
And I'm on a train.
And I'm gonna get on that coattail and I'm gonna ride it wherever this gentleman goes.
To the top.
It's hard to say what made me feel like I made it. I mean, my first real job that had series regular job was a show called Naked Truth back in like 1998. It was a sitcom on NBC. Tia Leone, yep, exactly.
Oh, yes.
And Holland Taylor. Yeah. Holland Taylor.
Yes.
I know. Your names, Alan.
Anthony Runnels and Tia.
Anthony Runnels and Tia. But Tia and... So I wouldn't say that I was like, oh, I made it, but that was my first like moment of like, oh my God, I'm not going to have to just keep waiting tables and for a little bit.
When you can support yourself, that's actually
support yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was lovely. And so, but I don't know the exact moment, but that always felt like the beginning for me.
Did your dad ever at one point in your career call you up and go, I'm proud of you, son? You
No. God. Yeah, like a after school special. Yeah. You just sort of called it.
They kind of looked at you and go,
no, I think they were like, certainly both my mom and dad vicariously, living through those ups and downs, along with me. I don't even know, vicariously. Yeah, I guess that's not the word I want to meant. But anyway, yes, no, I think they were very proud that I stuck it through because again, I think they were shocked about what's the advice I give you? I don't know. Just, you're going to go up and down because, you get hit rejection pretty fast from like hour to hour in the beginning for sure, if not continuously. You still like, reset and remind yourself of like, oh yeah, that's right. Some are going to go my way, some aren't, and sometimes I'm going to write stuff that's like just a piece of crap. Like, please no eyeballs read this. And sometimes I'm like, oh, that's not terrible. Groundlings was a great example for me. And I bet Edie would say the same thing. We would hang out in the back and talk about our favorite just complete bombs on stage. And to me, they were the greatest stories. Maybe they weren't, it certainly wasn't nice being out there to crickets, but man, the how unified you felt when someone says, oh my God, do you remember that sketch? Big Mr. Davidson's Day Off. Remember how much that bombed? And that's not an actual sketch, but that would be a good sketch, Mr. David's Day Off. But anyway, so I guess that prepared me for it. Like,
You have to have courage for that to just walk out on stage anyway. Like acceptance that might be the outcome.
Oh, I could do we could take shots how many times I felt like an audience, you could hear someone vocally say, what is going on? In the silence that sometimes the sketch would be going and you go like, what is happening?
My favorite is the quiet cough in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or just vocal, like, black it out.
I'll be in the car.
Yeah. Jesus.
Oh, I love that that's one because when you watch improv that's you're waiting for the blackout and sometimes the ending just isn't coming and isn't coming and isn't coming.
And somebody vocally is like, just please relieve us. Please.
Put them out of their misery.
No.
All right. We do have a segment of our show that Alan created called Let's Get to Know You Better.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, great.
I know you and you know me. Let's get to know you better.
And at this point, you simply just tell us something that we don't know about you. It doesn't have to be like a secret that nobody knows, but certainly something that we don't know. Alan, why don't you give us a start?
Okay. I'm going to go first.
Go.
I have a hole in the back of my throat. Not the throat hole. I have that one too. But when I was little, I used to chew on pins. Some say I was weaned too early. I don't know. I felt like it was I certainly feel like it was too early. But I was chewing on a pen as a young, like 13-year-old, 12-year-old, 13-year-old. And I was leaning on it like a champ on my desk, like chomp, 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 chomp. On the back end, it was a Bic, and I peeled off sides of it. And so there was just one good sharp thing. And I remember getting the back of my throat and it hurting like really badly. And I think that's when I got it. But since then, when I go into dentist, they look in my mouth. If it's a new dentist, and they go, you know, you got a hole in the back of your throat. And I say, yes. And I've gotten things caught in there before, like little, just twice I've gotten carrot sticks. I mean, not a carrot, like a whole carrot stick, but like when people make little bitty, like toothpick sized carrots shreds, I've gotten those stuck in there, and that's a pain. And you just have to work it out. I have to reach in and get it out. Oh. Wasn't that exciting?
You're just throwing handfuls of like seeds and stuff to see if you can possibly get.
Yeah, if I have like quinoa in there that's just compacted and just making an odor.
There like a dead tooth.
Yeah. Ooh. He's like, they're like, how's he doing? Oh, he got so much quinoa in this hole in his throat.
I think there's some. I don't know. It smells like popcorn and cotton candy, but rotten.
I'm sorry,
like you've been
folks.
to a circus.
I apologize. I keep clearing my throat. I just got quinoa in this hole in my throat.
Yeah, it's like that. It's exactly like that. It's a compost pile just next to my throat hole.
I did not know this about you.
Yeah, I keep it moist and hot, so it
every now and then you just have to. I got to go empty my throat hole.
Okay, that's good. This is good. You have a tool for this, like a little.
It's just a regular water pick to irrigate it.
To like irrigate it.
Irrigate it from time to time.
What a scary thing. I mean, to me, it's like the idea, the sound of it sounds awful. Yeah.
The pain.
The added maintenance scares me.
No, there's none of that. I don't even think about it. Just when I get carrots in it, I pull it out.
That's all I can think about.
So now you know that about me, and I'm sure it endears me to you. Although you look both grossed out, and maybe.
Do you still need another moment, Jim? Do you have something? On
you go next, because I keep thinking like that was a nice story. Mine's are always just feel like they're linked to just stories I haven't told. But go ahead.
I collect things, I've realized, and there's some things I collect purposefully, and then sometimes I'll look around my house and go, oh my God, I have a collection of these. I accidentally collected these. And my collection I just noticed recently is I've collected telephones from throughout my life.
Oh.
Old telephones, but only that I have had personal experience with. So my uncle Roger Barabee, God rest his soul, had an old powder blue kind of rotary phone. And I have his old rotary phone.
Oh, nice. I
have the first push button, the first phone we had that didn't have rotary.
You held on to that?
I still have it. So it's got a white receiver. It's got a red, remember the cable, the coil with the coil cord?
Yeah.
And then a red cradle. And my dad put Canadian flag stickers on like the sides of it on the top. He called it the Canada Special. That phone was down in the fan room. That was the Canada Special phone. I got that. When I was in New York, I had an old retro-themed Spirit of St. Louis. It looks like a World War II, like you crank it kind of radio-style walkie-talkie phone. That was very retro. It's from 1995. I still have that one.
Wow. And then do you have all of your like progression of cell phones?
I don't have all my cell phones.
Okay.
I do have all the cameras. I talked about this at one point. I have the cameras that I've had throughout my life. Not all of them, but most of them.
Do you have a disc camera? Do you remember a disc camera?
I don't. I never had one of those, but yes, I remember those.
I don't think they lasted very long, but they were thin, and then like the film looked like a ViewMaster.
Yep. Yes, right. The shtick.
Yep.
That yes.
And it was
that
thin.
was very cool.
I used to love it. I don't know.
Do you remember flash cubes, Jim?
Yes. You stick them on top. Yeah, and you get like 4 shots.
Done. Exactly.
Yeah.
I have that old camera. Remember those?
You're welcome, landfill. Here, this lasted for all of 4
It's like the old timey with the holding up the tray of gunpowder.
I do Foley work, by the way. That sounded just like a.
I was there. I felt like I was there.
Yeah, I know. That's my story. Is I was a
All
Foley
right.
artist.
Well, let's get to know.
I know this was hard. Like I'm trying to listen to you all, and I did, but then I'm like, what? My life seems so boring. I couldn't think of anything that you wouldn't know.
What sits next to your Oscar?
Well, right now, because I moved, I just some things are on the floor because I'm still getting situated. But right now, it's on it's just next to a little stack of books, so it's not feeling much love other than.
Is there a spotlight on it?
Oh yeah, I put the spotlight in. I put the spotlight in first. I'm not insane.
Thank you.
You want it to shine, and what's the point of having it when people come in if they don't see it right away? Well, you guys
laugh, but I would have a spotlight on that thing. I would have like a low grade smoke machine going in the back. There's always like a little behind it. It would be backlit. It would be like rotating. I would rotate the room around it.
Oh, well, I guess I know what this afternoon's going to be. Just getting that together, and then I'll have club music that plays behind it when you walk past. Like it's a motion detector, which is very Oscars.
So Oscar.
I hear Julianne Moore keeps her in her bathroom so the guests can pick it up and practice their acceptance speech at the mirror.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
I mean, that is good, but I also think you have to sanitize that thing.
Because that's It's a lot of flush. Oh God, yeah. But
I love the idea.
Come out.
I love the idea.
You don't want fecal material
Mad
on
respect.
your Oscar.
No, I know. We touch everything, right?
Julianne Moore doesn't poop though.
Oh, okay.
Any tattoos?
No, I don't have any tattoos. I'm so I'm sorry. Ask me something specific that you want to know about. I can't think of any stories that you don't know about me.
What was your first big rebellion? You ever had trouble with the police?
I've not been arrested that I recall. Close. I mean, I remember walking up to one of those cars when, you would hang out in a parking lot and try to find somebody to buy you beers. And I remember walking up with your friends, and then luckily someone saw like a bumper sticker on the back of the car that said like literally B-21, which is a law, B-21. So clearly this person was in law enforcement or really loved that law. So we stopped, and we were probably asking to get wine coolers back in the day of wine coolers, and you can get those in big 2-liter bottles,
Man, you
real quality.
I did the same.
And you were thinking to yourself, that's not a lot of cans to get rid of. It's just, one. I did have a party when I was in high school, and it was a disaster. It went the way you'd think it would go, where you absolutely got caught. Absolutely.
Your parents 100%. Went out for the weekend, and you said,
my mom and my stepfather were out of town. I was that cancer who's trying to be liked and said, "Oh, my mom and stepfather are out of town. Let's have a party." Which was, I made myself sound like a cool dude. Let me redo that. Can I take that again?
I was going to say you sounded like.
Hey guys, my mom and my stepfather are out. Let's have a party. And then I pushed my glasses back up. That's right
where it was taped.
Right here, and I pushed it up. And then it turned into word of mouth, and it was a John Hughes movie, like packed house, and people on furniture, some people were throwing cold cuts. I'm not kidding. Turkey cold cuts out of our fridge into a ceiling fan so they could try to hit it and see if they could get it to slap against the wall.
And you're screaming, "That's for lunches."
No. This is me going like, I don't want to rock this boat. I'm popular. This is me not stopping what I should be stopping and just going with it. And it is people on the dining room, people in my mom and stepfather's bed doing stuff. And there is someone lighting tampons on fire.
Oh, no.
There is, it's as if... And so I clean the next day, to best of my ability, I'm cleaning. And my sister, who was in college at the time, came home, and she didn't react. Everything seemed normal to her. So I was like, I got away with it. Suckers. The next day, the minute they come home, either my stepfather or my mom said, Jim, where's the basketball goal? of all the things that I noticed or took care of, I didn't notice that someone had pulled our basketball goal off the side of the house and tossed it into the creek. There was a basketball goal in the side of a dry creek. And let me tell you this, I did not have the improv skills at that time to make up what possibly could have happened. If I could go back in time, I'd go, oh man, I was dunking hard, y'all. I was dunking hard. And I pulled that down. And my bad, I just was so celebratory. I threw it into the dry creek and I meant to go pick it up. What I probably said was, that was probably it. And immediately it was them starting noticing things, and it was over. And it was
why is there bologna stuck to the ceiling?
Where's the turkey cold cuts? I was gonna make a sandwich. Where are the cold cuts? Did you eat all the turkey? And improv. Oh, sorry. I had a mad sandwich, Mom. Like a mad sandwich. But instead, it was me just going,
Okay. Jesus. One more question I love to ask people. Have you, Jim Rash, ever seen a ghost?
No, but I have not seen a physical ghost, but I've had that feeling. You know, when you have a feeling there is a presence. I definitely have that.
Where were you? What
I was in Outward Bound. I did Outward Bound when I was like between my junior and senior year of high school. I went to Maine and did a 3-week backpacking, like canoeing. My dad decided I needed discipline. And I don't mean that as like I was acting out, but like focus. And he called it his discipline summer. And he made me go to Outward Bound for 3 weeks. And then I had to come back and work construction in Carlotte, North Carolina.
What the fuck?
Shoveling gravel in anyone who grew up in the Southeast knows what the community is. So I would do that every day. Anyway, I went while I was on my 3-day solo. So you had to do a 3-day solo on Outward Bound where they would give you like, you know, a tarp and 4 pieces of string, and you had nothing and no food, and you would go and you would spend 3 days by yourself. And they kept us within distance where you had a whistle, so they could hear you if you blew your whistle. So but you weren't allowed to venture too far from your quote unquote campsite so that you wouldn't run into anybody else. So for 3 days you're by yourself, and there was a huge kind of thunderstorm, and I remember specifically, and then maybe that was just a counselor like hovering in the woods watching me now in retrospect. But this is true. This is a true story. So I was, and this is not totally a ghost, but this is that feeling, and this is not going to totally be line up with what you asked me, but I still think it's cool. And so I was sitting there, and I had that feeling that something had just happened. And I come to find that my mom's mom, my grandmother, had passed away. And so it was my body had told me something, which I think they always talk about how children have a sixth sense about something coming or happening. And I don't know where I read that, and I might have just made that up, but it sounds true. Anyway, I just remember, and it's not a ghost, I know, but in my mind, she hovered around there because I had a body reaction, like a swell of, I don't call it sadness, but a feeling that something like that had just transpired.
Wow.
And I wouldn't obviously know until I got home.
A nice feeling.
It was, I guess emotional sadness, like something is amiss or off or some, you know. And so when I got home, I remember obviously that you can't get any communication on Outward Bound. There's no way for anyone to call you. Obviously there was no such thing as cell phones back then. And there was no way for them to communicate with us to that level at the time. And so I just remember getting home and, you know, them sharing that and then realizing, oh, that lined up. With my solo.
Wow. Yeah. How cool.
Kind of beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you. It wasn't a ghost, but I guess it's
beautiful.
A ghost adjacent.
You must have had a great connection with your grandmother.
Well, I think enough to, yes. I mean, I had the perfect, It's like for those who know 16 Candles, I had those grandmothers where you had one that's like super nurturing, like, what can I bring you? And then you had the one who had a cigarette dangling from her mouth who was just funny, but was like, kept you at a distance. Like, you should be, I love watching you, but I don't need you to come over here.
Yeah.
And that was that one. I loved it. And she had a great laugh. So it is the perfect two versions.
Jim, thank you so much. This has been,
oh my God,
kind of a twofer for me because I don't get to see you very much. I don't know if you notice this, but when I do run into you, I fanboy a little bit. I am such a fan of yours.
My God, thank you. I know, and I do. I remember going to a game night at your place a long, long time ago. That kind of thing, right?
Did we play Mafia? Was that what we were playing? Yes,
Mafia.
Yeah,
and this was probably soon after Alligator Point, so it's been a long time.
Oh, wow.
My God, I can't remember.
I can't get invited. Alan, I try to get in on this. Can't get in on it.
That must have been at your old house then. Alligator Point?
I just remember going and you were having a Mafia party or playing, and this was a while ago. But yes, I feel the same way. Getting to do like Michael Osceola's show, which we don't need to get into, but Beverly Hills, like recently, it's like fun to cross paths on stuff like that.
That was incredible for me. It's just, again, I see the path of your success has been incredible. It's just anytime I see your name up there, I go, oh my God, he's doing it again. You popped up in the Iron Man movie, and I was just dying because you're up there with Mr. Junior and having a wonderful time.
Yeah. I mean, that was the Russos putting little Easter eggs into it because a lot of the community people did like something. But yeah, it was like dreamy. I'm walking next to Robert Downey Jr., improvising about hot dogs. So yeah. I mean, Alan, doing Riddler and doing villains to me, like I so wish I was more in that Marvel universe, but that's like, that's my dream. And so like, being around the Marvel world, that's as close as I got. Not that I was a villain, but I'm just saying like that kind of stuff.
That was good. That was the Marvel world. Of course, we're in the DC world, and there's a lot of people out there right now going, yes, Riddler is in DC.
And that's not what I was saying, Alan. I wasn't legally tying it.
I understand.
I was saying, Yeah, you're right.
do.
I don't want people swerving off the road going, Jim doesn't know the difference between DC and Marvel.
My favorite episode of Harley Quinn is the one was called Riddler U. And it was where you had a university, and I came to infiltrate you as Clayface, and I was the girl. I was a sorority girl. I just came as a sorority girl, and she talks about how he doesn't want to do anything, but he gets involved in sorority too much, and he's like, but this is such an important night because Chad, somebody that she's dating, Chad, he's got huge areolas, and she slaps my face, and I go, they touch in the middle. I think that was some of their best writing.
Oh,
the idea that two huge areolas that touch in the middle.
That touch in the middle.
But it was the Riddler U. It was a very big Riddler. There was the Riddler episode.
I do remember that. No,
harnessing the energy of all the people in town. Oh, at the university.
Yeah,
to run it.
Natural. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was running on a treadmill.
Yeah.
And getting more ripped.
Yeah, that's right. You were ripped.
Yeah, I whenever I get drawn on stuff, for some reason they're ripped, and I'm all for it. And it might just be right. Legally, my voice sounds like it's someone who's ripped, I guess.
We were actually having that discussion before you came on.
Oh yeah, thank you.
I was saying you could see 6 abs, and he was saying 8 or more.
Yeah, that's in my contract.
Is there anything that we didn't cover that you were dying to cover in this segment of the show called "What Does Jim Want to Talk About"?
Oh wow, there's so many segments. I think I'm happy to keep talking, but I can't think of anything I didn't hit. I'm so thankful for mentioning "Miss You, Love You." So whoever knows, whenever this is out, people go watch it, please.
Yeah, go check it out. It's fantastic. It's great acting, and I don't understand how you wrote it. I don't understand how it's like a play in a lot of ways. A lot of people say that about it.
It is very much so
because it's very character driven, and it's a complex relationship. It's big themes. Things that we go through as humans, and relationships. And it seems like something that, as a play, if it was a play, it would have a workshop, another workshop, a reading, a workshop to hone it into the shape that you have. And I know you couldn't have had that, did you?
No, I had written it. I did write it as a play, right?
No
before
shit.
Right before the pandemic hit. Never got produced or anything, but the pandemic hit. And so I was like, oh, maybe I'll just turn it into a screenplay while we're in our homes.
Just direct. How awesome.
Yeah, that I'll just direct. And I just sort of lucked out, so it does have a very play, and maybe we'll reverse engineer our way to a play at some point.
I will come see it.
But yes, so that
Consider
would be the
me
goal.
for the Allison Janney role, please.
100%. Now that I know that we're both in New York, we'll get together and we'll workshop.
I'm always the second choice after Allison Janney. I do a lot of roles that she turns down.
Oh, it's so smart. It's smart to be her number 2 because she gets a lot.
A lot. Wow, how cool! It's very good. Check it out.
We promised you we'd only keep you for an hour, and I've already broken that promise, so we've kept you a little over time.
No, it's fantastic.
Richard?
Oh, it's Anthony Runnels.
Jash. Richard Jash.
Yeah, Richard Jash. I just changed it. Thank you for see if I can get it going. Richard Jash. I did have someone when I first got. Sorry, I know these are things you can edit and cut, but I do remember when we first got here. And some casting person says Jim Rash. You got to change that.
I was thinking the two of you could never do a comedy duo. Tudyk and Rash sounds like an STD.
It does.
Rash. It is.
Tudyk Rash. I have a terrible Tudyk Rash.
Oh.
Well, my name is, and it still conjures people go, wait, like a rash you get at the gym? Like a gym rash?
Oh.
And I go, and I see, some people don't connect it, but a lot of people do. And so that going, the woman who said that to me is probably right. But anyway.
And probably going to a really dirty gym. That would be the concern.
Oh my God, you got terrible rashes.
Because I guess I'm going to clean gyms.
Or dating a really dirty gym.
Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Jim Rash.
Yes, thank you.
And thank you for coming on. Once we were spacemen, and now it is time for our space journey to end. And we are docking at a space station just... there it is. It's right over there. We're here. See, I didn't plan that one either.
No. Are you kidding?
That was like all improv.
That was like a sequel to the first one, and I was like all in. All I was waiting for was one reference to protein, and then I was like, that's
where it fell apart.
That's how you bookend.
Well, you made it all the way to the end credits. Thank you for listening to Once We Were Spacemen. Remember, you can always head over to our Patreon for bonus content, longer episodes, and a chance to take home some incredible crap. If you love the show, please leave us a review and tell your friends. If you didn't love the show, keep it to yourself. This podcast is a Collision 33 production. Specifically, we are produced by Michelle Chapman, Siobhan Homan, and Josh Levy. All the recording and post services are handled by Rabid Grin Productions, and our theme music is by the brilliant Carlos Sosa and Joshua Moore. And as always, our artwork was created by Louis Jensen. We'll see you next time.
You're welcome, landfill.